Welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. Last time we made it to Dyrford Village, only to hear that it's been terrorized by an ogre lately that we need to take down before anyone in the village is really going to pay us any mind. Before we go off to do that, though, we do have a couple more shops. One more shop and a house to check out. The woman looks briefly through you, as if she doesn't know you're there. This middle-aged peasant woman is dressed in brown leather cloth draped down to her knees. Her hands are working at separating stringy, colorless vegetables in a pile before her, stripping the heads off the long fibrous stems with a paring knife. She discards the stems one by one, placing the heads of the vegetables into a small cradle-like basket in front of her. She doesn't greet you as you approach. You're not sure she even knows you're there. Excuse me? The woman doesn't respond. She keeps stripping the heads from the vegetables with a steady rhythm. She may be deaf. There's no indication she heard you. Study the woman. At first glance, she seems nothing more than a middle-aged woman, unremarkable, maybe less stern than most, who seems more focused on the weaving in her lap than her surroundings. Yet you suddenly notice she's not stripping the vegetables before her any longer. She's weaving, and the vegetable pots are now missing. She still pays you no mind, her brown locks torn and ragged from lack of washing like many of the townsfolk you've seen. There's a strange blur to her. Even the motions of her hands seem to be playing with the threads that lack color, in a shape that lacks interest. It may be that she is half-minded, or deaf, but something feels wrong. As you watch, her knitting takes on an odd cadence, and you have a terrible suspicion that something lurks beneath what your eyes are showing you. Focus on the woman. Her brown hair is long, impossibly to the length of her hands. Almost impossibly. As you follow the streams of her locks downwards, the hairs become long and black, splitting off into threads of black and silver and wrapping around her hands. She is forming a soul cradle with the needles, braiding a net in front of you, each finger long and sharp like a series of knitting needles, almost hypnotic. The silver and black strands of her hair weave together, with silver predominating as the highlight, this black shadowing it. And suddenly, you are calm. You are on a plateau, almost the height of a tower, several stories high. The plateau is like a table lying beneath a clear sky, and beneath the plateau, surrounding it in all directions, a forest, hazy with mist, although whether it is actual mist, or distance, or a recollection. Resting in the curve of a natural arch above you is a great copper bell, half again the size of a man, hanging at attention, as if looking down on you and the event unfolding before you. The plateau has soaked in the sun, and the rock beneath you is rough and warm. The sky forms a cradle around you. You feel different, not disembodied, but you feel your body, your physical contours have changed along with the surroundings. And you hear a soft series of chimes, like wind chimes. At the sound, the scene gains color and texture, as if the sound is beckoning you gently forth, filling your senses and thoughts like mist roiling softly into a sealed chamber. And the chime coaxes you deeper into the memory, and you're certain it is a memory, a warm one. You're on the stone of the plateau, your knees on the warm texture of the ground, silver white, shimmering like Audra. The plateau is formed of it, glistening in the sun, and you can feel the heat on your skin, your wrists, and your hands. Your hands are in motion. Weaving, not thread, but gathering, tenderly moving along the first movements of Barath's wheel. Your hands are wet. Your hands are upon the flesh of a newborn child, and you can feel the crowning of a tiny head turning in your grip, its head slick, wet from the womb. The hands you are wearing, inhabiting, have done this many times, and they are practiced and confident. You can feel distant pains in your own head as the head emerges, a stream of fluid from the womb helping the newborn slide forth, and a woman's labored breathing, crying out. As your hands move, you hear the sound of chimes, clear, cutting through the haze of memory. You cannot see where they are coming from, but they are close, and they are meant as a comfort, of that you are certain. And coaxed by your hands, every movement causing the chimes to sound again. Almost eagerly, the child comes forth, and as it does, your hands are in motion, weaving, weaving. moving along the length of a soft, wet rope. No, an umbilical cord from the legs of the naked woman before you. You're holding a small child, still wet from the womb before you. The child cries out, its cry full of life, full of soul, the ringing of chimes echoing in its thoughts, filling it with its welcome. The soul is blurred at the edges, as if you are viewing a soul from within the soul. But it is there. It is alive. The woman before you is weeping, and at her first cry, her hands reach out for it. You surrender the child to her, something you have done many times before, and as your hands move, the chimes echo the movement, and you realize the chimes are hanging from cords on your wrist. And where once they echoed in the memory, they are now echoing in the child's mind as well. The chimes are intended to welcome the child, to be its first gentle greeting into the world, a soothing sound, guided by the tender motions of your wrists. You are helping to weave its thoughts, its perceptions, and the experience. The experience. The woman laughs with a ragged joy, laughing from a parched throat. Her emotions seem soothed, but the physical demands of labor have left her exhausted. But the child is there. The child is safe. And all atop the plateau is peaceful, calm, distant, flattening out as the memory persists. With effort, the scene bleeds of color, and your mind becomes your own again. There is no pull, no anchor, yet the sound of the chimes remains. As they existed in the memory, they sound here as well, and they are hanging from woven braids on the wrists of the woman before you. Even as your head is spinning from the touch of her mind, the sound of chimes on her wrists is sharp and clear, as if coaxing you back to the real world. The woman still sits before you, but she is nothing like what you first saw. She's wearing black, shredded garments that drape over her form like streamers. Her hair is streaks of black and run through with silver. Her age is almost impossible to tell. She simply feels old, like a crumbled watchtower. As she lifts her head to face you, you see that her face is draped across the front of her face like a veil. What you first saw of her was a mental glamour of some sort, unconscious, and you realized what you see is not what the world sees. You are perhaps the first to see her true self. Still, you don't sense a threat in the realization. If anything, you feel a sense of relief from the figure. You can hear her thoughts, and she is glad to be seen. Who are you?
I am seen, but the eyes of others do not remember. You were the first to see me as I am, the call stripped aside.
There is a light touch on your mind, a caress, and her left hand mirrors the motion of the touch, reaching up to the air in between you. You hear the chime on her wrist sound softly. Her hand moves as if pantomiming, resting on your cheek at a distance, and she speaks softly and slowly.
Cadence of wheels and caravan track. Fever. Questions by running water. Violence in a night's campfire. Arrows in the dark. And flee. Falling rock and cracking stone. And a storm. The storm. Storm that rushed you. Did its screaming wake you from your mind's creep? Your memory is painful. Its cry is difficult to ignore. It's like a child. Many children crying out.
I encountered a Beawick, yes, and it did something to me. Her hand withdraws shyly, the chime sounding softly once again. The woman stands uncertainly, as if she has been sitting for some time, or is too weak to bear her own weight. You notice her cheekbones are tight, her face gaunt, yet while her stance is weak, she seems determined to stand before you.
You are able to see me.
It's almost a question. You suddenly realize that she doesn't seem to know what you saw when you looked at her, the image on the plateau. Yet the image was so clear, so sharp, you're surprised she didn't feel you there.
To see me is a rare gift. A watcher's gift.
I've never been able to do that with a living person, except with you.
So many questions, thoughts, whirling like storm winds. That storm still roars through you, deep beneath your thoughts, yet muted and secret, like an underground river.
There is a silence, and although it seems to last for but a heartbeat in your thoughts, it stretches out between the two of you like a pull between your minds. You blink, take a breath, and then you realize she wants to ask you a question. You can't form the words, as if assembling them is painful, or there simply are not enough pieces. Do you wish to travel with me? You feel a wave of fear, gusted with the strength of relief, although oddly, her expression does not change. Then fear dissipates, and you feel strength and uncertainty, as if the plateau from her memory lies beneath you and a calm sky looks down upon you. Oh. So she is a cipher. Okay, I wasn't expecting her to be a party member. Dream and memory.
Hey.
So that was a thing. A 10-minute thing. Like I said, I'm gonna cycle party members once I complete character quests. Let's see, we have a blacksmith, which is still not the one that I need to deliver that crate to. Winfrith's. When it comes endgame, and if I'm actually confused on quests and quest items, I'm going to look them up. A portly, smiling man stands behind a warped wooden counter, polishing a buckler. He looks up. Haven't seen you before. Always glad to see a new face in town. Company's good for business and chatter's good for the soul. That's what I always say. Anyhow, what can I do for you? Tall Grass, the Hours of St. Rumbalt, Grudgekeeper, and Retezi's Thorn. Let's see, one-handed spear. Comes with plus 10 accuracy, below 50% endurance, 20% damage while endurance below 50%, 25% crush damage. Grudgekeeper does bonus damage against prone, stunned, flanked enemies. The Hours has plus 0.5 to crit damage multiplier. Crits can inflict prone. Accurate 3. And Tall Grass is a two-handed pike with exceptional 10% of hits converted to crits. Crits can inflict prone. If nothing else, I got garbage to sell you. Oh, Mosquito, a rapier. Plus 5 accuracy, fine. 20% of damage restored as endurance, but minus 5 concentration. Voice of the Mountaintop. Plus 20% chant area of effect. Boots of Zealous Command. Paladin gets a Zealous Aura area of effect bonus. Ongio's Gambison. Light armor. Deleterious Clarity of Motion, 1 per rest. Fine. Plus 2 athletics. I will buy all of the adventuring supplies. Alright. So let's head east to take care of that ogre, finally. Rescue that nobleman's daughter, but then help her to escape an arranged marriage that hasn't even been arranged yet. And find a supposed child murdering Orlin. Hero! I didn't back the game, if that's not obvious. Dyrford Crossing. Oh, South Curtain Wall construction completed. Library. I guess there's nothing else to do but actual upgrades. Let's go for the chapel. Get the expensive stuff done first. And wow, this is a big map. I really was not expecting a full map. It appears that we're fighting fairly easy enemies, though. Enemies that I haven't actually fought before, apparently, because I didn't get their bestiary entries yet. Oh no. A wolf. Durance is the only one in actual trouble here. But even he has abilities to at least keep himself healed. Thanks, Unity. Really? Ugh. Money. Wolfhide.
Hey.
Again, I bemoan the lack of injury kits like in Dragon Age. Oh no, some spiders. You should restore hit Durance's actual health, though.
Hey.
Somehow I get the feeling that it was intended for you to come here earlier. Search the cave at Dyrford Crossing. Cave coral. Grab these spiders. Oh, right, I should probably be dropping arcane assaults. This game doesn't have very good auto retargeting, so that's why I have it pause on target kill.
You could be worse. There could be more bones.
Opals. There we go. As you advance into the darkness, the ground begins to tremble. You hear plodding footfalls, growling breaths, and bone-snapping crunches. An ogre steps out of the shadows, 10 feet tall and bulging with muscle. He tears a mouthful from a hoofed, pink-fleshed limb and tosses it aside. It watches you from under the thick ridge of its brows. Too well equipped to be a villager. A bandit from the road, then. Must be. The ogre snorts and tightens his grip around a club. I've kept to myself, killed no one but the fools reckless enough to chase me down here. Why have you come looking for me? I'm looking for a young elven noblewoman. She's gone missing. Korgrak's snarl reveals a row of large stained teeth. I've done my best to avoid Kith, especially the kind that might give rise to search parties. He scratches his knuckles and eyes you. She never came here. Of that, I'm sure. Then I look up elsewhere. I wanted to ask you more, though. He glares at a spot over your shoulder as if he expects to see someone lurking behind you. Speak. Fast. A farmer from Dyrford claims you ate his pigs. He rams a fist into the wall and roars. Then I should have eaten the blazing farmer. I underestimated the love that these villagers have for their swine. Calm down. Perhaps you could tell me something else. What? If you've been minding your own business, how did these bones get here? He grinds his teeth with impatience. Spiders got most of them. The rest blundered in here looking for trouble. And what are you doing in this cave? Hiding from your kind. He scratches a tusk, glaring at you. Kith driven from their homes by strange storms. Bandits out for blood and coin. My kind is unsafe around Kith at the best of times, but now, tempers run hot, and ogre blood is valued among your alchemists. The only reason you'd hole up in a spider-infested cave is if you really feared something out there. He smashes his club into the ground. I told you! The Kith on the road these days hunger for anything they can eat or sell. I wouldn't last a week wandering the open. Not by myself. He clutches his club with both hands and draws it closer. And you seem sensible enough to understand that now you've found me here, I can't let you leave. This place isn't safe. Even if you kill me, it's only a matter of time before someone else finds you. He grits his teeth and glares at you, his eyes hard and narrow with rage. Korgrak takes several heaving breaths, seemingly ready to charge at any second. Finally, he drops his club. That's what I was afraid of. He sighs, blasting with his fetid breath. Time to move on, then. Oh, I have a stronghold in Cadnua. Help me defend it, and you can stay as long as you'd like. There we go. Sell my services for the shelter of a fortress? Sounds like another kind of trouble, but perhaps one I can handle. He begins shuffling back into the shadows. If you need me, you know where to find me. I'll leave Dyrford alone for now. Okay, so apparently the quest was finished. So we got the Rod of Wind and Thunder, a Standard rod. Oh, a fine rod that has a charged spellbind of the thunder rolled like waves on the Black Seas. Returning storm. No synced by thy biting wings. Oh wow, that is... Freeze damage. And it jumps to 4 targets. Returning storm. 30 shock damage in an area with a stun chance. For 30 seconds. That is a good AoE. And crush damage and stun for 5 seconds. Wow, that's actually pretty good. Alright. Cool.
Hey. Doors.
The spiders are still going to be a threat to the Dyrford village. It only makes sense to clear them out. Oh, and a spider queen. Cool. Wonder if this one is going to have any cool unique items on it.
Yes.
I mean, I would assume so because it is a boss mob. Kana can take out the spiderlings, I guess. Now kill the spider babs. Kana went down? Kana! That is sad. No, nothing cool on the Spider Queen. Severe wound, less healing received. I can live with that. Garnet and coin. Fine sword, potion of major regen, more money, pearls.
I'm stuck.
You're not getting through me.
Come on. There we go. Another major regen potion. Wait. Is this... Oh, it's a second entrance to the north. Huh. Gain cultist robes and initiate's hood, a skull key, and a tattered note. The note is blood-stained and torn, and the edges are smudged with some kind of pigment. From the scraps that are legible, you can make out hastily written instructions. To avoid the entrance in the tower, traffic through my shop would attract the attention. Dyrford may be sympathetic to our goals, but they wouldn't approve of a temple yet. Key to the entrance by the river east of town, but be careful on the road. Reports of these days. T. Ha. While exploring a cave east of the river, I found a corpse carrying a note and skull-handled key. The note mentioned a secret temple with some sort of entrance near the river and another in a tower behind a shop. The note was stained with splotches of... Yeah, okay. So the dye shop guy has a cult. Huh. Not exactly the charismatic type that I would expect to run a cult. That was an insult, by the way, not like a backhanded compliment, no. He is a liar, which I guess cultists already are. Dead worms. Not exactly monsters I would call a threat at this point. And another body. A dead adventurer with fish and 30 copper.
Of course.
A man turns to face you, wiping blood from his estoc. His knit brows betray a moment of confusion, but as he watches you, a slow, confident smile creeps across his face. The Iron Brand does not meet many travelers this far from the road. What would they be doing out here? An elven man cocks his head at the other. Probably after that dragon egg. Same as us, boss. A dwarf curses and spits into the grass. It's a rhetorical question, you dimwit. He tightens his grip on his sword. Everyone knows the roads between the villages are crawling with brigands. They're obviously bandits. Same as us. It's a good thing there's a giant egg nearby. Nothing stress... No. No. We'll just kill him. I see no reason to negotiate with bandits.
That one hit true. Beyond sea.
Freaking berserkers, man. Exceptional estoc. Fine greatsword, fine wand, pistol, ironbound grimoire, fine breastplate, fine leather armor, padded armor, robe, scale armor, stag helmet, athletic of dexterity +1, immunity to stuck. Potions of eldritch aim and spirit shield and coins.
Alright then.
Oh, that is a dragon egg. That is probably going to trigger a dragon fight. And while I am feeling particularly powerful, I'm not so sure about taking on a dragon at this point.
Beyond seek. Leave it to me.
Can't get a good
You're not getting through me.
Let's go ahead and drop the heal centered on Kana. There we go.
breathe through Licha.
Lots of awakened wood. A corpse with boots of the Long March, max endurance bonus and athletic.
Hey.
So we still need to actually get over here, but let's do that by leaving and coming back. Oh, there's nothing past, so I need to go to Deerwood, Village, and then back to the crossing. This is probably faster, trust me. Don't trust me. Never trust me. I'm a liar. I lied to all of you. If nothing else, it speeds up construction. Honestly, my main complaint with the game is load times. And I don't usually complain about load times, so that's a compliment. So much stuff. An entrance to a temple near the river, though. Oh, there's a little island over here. Oh. Yeah, this would be where... Oh! Zhaurips? We're still fighting regular Zhaurips? Like, of the base Zhaurip classes? Huh.
That's not very helpful.
Nothing interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and... You stand within what looks like a ruined shrine. The moss-covered remnant of an ancient statue lies before you. Only the broken legs and feet of the sculpture remain. Long grooves alongside it suggest that it could be moved. Near the base of the statue, you discover a skull carved into the stone. Examine the skull. A skull is carved into the stone in intricate relief, its mouth agape. Peering closely, you notice a rusty keyhole between its jaws. Try the skull-handled key. The key slides easily into the socket. You turn it, and the ruined statue begins to move. The displaced pedestal reveals a dark passage descending into the earth.
The air smells of blood and cowardly road. I'll be the effigy if this isn't some nest for the quiet slaves skulking fur.
course. Leave it to me. Leave it to me.
Okay, there.
Leave it.
I assume the cultist is the priest of escape.
Of course. Leave it to me.
Good shot at this.
Nothing particularly interesting. I mean, besides coins.
Nice.
Fine, I'll go into scouting mode.
Margaret's fire casts light in darkness.
Wow.
That's
Never mind the fact that spotting a trap should instantly stop everyone. There's no trap option.
Let's see what lies.
It's kind of funny seeing single targets try and actually fight us. Oh, two posts stand firmly in the stonework with broken ropes falling into the dark chasm of a large cavern. On the other side, there is a slight opening where a bridge may have led. Let's deal with the cultists first.
nice and quiet.
Okay. Now let's see our options. Inspect the area. The darkness below continues as far as you can see. Broken stone pillars, remnants of the missing bridge, rise from the abyss. Across the gap you see the mouth of a tunnel. Wooden beams protrude from the stones on either side of the chasm. Despite their age, they look sturdy enough to hold a grappling hook and rope. Not yet.
I'll see what I can find.
I want to explore everything before poking my head into doors and down chasms. Oh, well, never mind then. In that case, I want to head back over here by the start. So I can poke my head into this door. Not waste lockpicks on it if it's the same room.
I'll take a look.
Oh. It's the same room with a harder lock. Never mind then. Let's head into that room. Yes, head to the blood room. Blood for the blood god.
The work of a moment.
Oh. That was a joke. The man's arms are cut open from elbow to wrist. That is a cage. A crude symbol has been painted on this canvas in streaks of something that looks like
I
blood.
wonder what this is.
Scanite scripture. Burn, feel thy hatred twist within thee. Feed thyself on its bile, sustain thyself on its anger. This hatred, this bile, this anger, these shall be the tools for thy rebellion. Let thine heart seethe. There is no satisfaction in open confrontation. Hide thine hatred. Let it grow that it may fester. Make thy plots in secret. The quiet slave works in the shadows. His face seeks not the light. In darkness doth he work. In darkness doth he move. Rebel against those that seek to control thee. Rebel against those that wish to remove thee. Final Journal of Jonas. My son, tomorrow I become the effigy. Tomorrow I become Skane's embodiment on Aora. Tomorrow my master chokes on his own whip. For months we met by secret conclave to plot our landlord's demise, all the while working the fields as if our hearts were content. Skane teaches us to plot with the mind while keeping the one's face impassive, inscrutable. Fair fights are for those with armies. The quiet slave is our whetstone, our focus. In his worship, our cause finds focus, clarity, and possibility. Tomorrow, my master chokes on his own whip. By the time you read this, I will be dead. I pray Skane does not abandon me for speaking of my plotting, but a son deserves to know how his father died, for I have volunteered to be the effigy. Skane will inhabit my body, using this old farmer's simple flesh as a puppet of godly rage. I have been shaved and anointed. Tomorrow morning I will be your father in name only, as my manhood will be replaced, my nose and ears removed, and my useless mortal eyes will be replaced with flint stones through which Skane might see the world. My son, I am sorry for the lies I have told you the past few seasons, but Skane demands secrecy. Even your father knows nothing of my furtive service to the quiet slave. Curse my name if you must, but never weep for me, for I die for the betterment of our community, to smite our lord's corruption from the face of Aora. Tomorrow my master chokes on his own whip, for tomorrow I become the effigy. Cryptmaster's key. Pearl.
That one hit true.
Lots of lockpicks here.
Slow and silent.
You might find this interesting.
I entirely blame that damage on the game not giving me an option to auto-pause on trap discovery.
Not a sound.
God damn it.
All right then. You should see.
Shit!
See? Absolute bull.
I'm on the trail.
Leave it to me.
I like how the Mindbreakers keep going for E2 Mach. Like, it's not very impressive to manipulate the mind of a fox.
I'll take a look.
Oh. Potion of Major Endurance. Oh. A large, bull-necked man in a hood helps a young elven woman down from a glass chamber connected to a dizzying array of cables and machinery. Her skin and clothing glisten with fresh blood.
You may feel a little lightheaded for the next hour or two, but that will pass. Have a meal and get some sleep and return to town. Transfusion. The transfusion will be smoothest if you relax and rest. The implanted essence already has a hold on your mind, so fighting it will be useless. And I hope our new visitor does not complicate matters overly.
What's going on here?
Subversion. The black sheep cousin of justice. Or haven't you heard Lord Heron's tale of woe about a missing daughter and an impending marriage? He's sent his soldiers to scour the village while he bides his time at the Draco Gym. I don't expect you to understand what I'm doing. Neither the rituals of Skang or the labors of animancy meet with much approval in polite society. But unsightliness reminds polite society that there are limits. When no one pays attention to the excesses and debaucheries of a lord, you give them something they can't look away from.
What are you talking about?
Lord Heron's been telling everyone she's his daughter. He brought her all the way out here just to avoid anyone who might know differently. She's his niece. She's carrying his child.
He's her own flesh and blood? That's the vilest thing I've ever heard of. I'll kill that monster myself as soon as I return to town. Are you sure? That seems a bit far-fetched.
Easy to disbelieve. Easy to look away from something this ugly and question what you saw. That's how he's gotten away with it so far. Heron's own wife's delivered nothing but Hollowborn. Now he's got no heir, and his sister's child, Elise, is reaching the age to marry. Without progeny of his own, Heron's legacy would pass to her issue. So, he found a way to continue his own noble line by putting his child in this girl, his own niece.
You didn't have to resort to violence. Someone would have helped Elise.
Yet no one did. Not that innkeeper who wasn't above taking his lordship's coin. Not Heron's attendants who must have known. Not even his wife, the poor girl's aunt. Depravity like this doesn't happen, but that people allow it. This is the truth that decent folk don't want to see. Sometimes you isn't just about Heron or the girl. It's about the corrupting influences of power and wealth. How people of privilege, people like Heron, are so often insulated from the consequences of their actions. The charged essence of dozens of maltreated slaves and underlings is already taking root in her mind. Once it's established, it'll drive her to murder her uncle, her aunt, and anyone foolish enough to get in her way. People won't be able to look away from Heron's sins then.
Ha! Leave it to Skane to go to such lengths to avoid confrontation. How will this lord learn if he's not directly punished? Break this lord's body, to bestow upon him 100 red gifts. Let him know why he must suffer. Only then do you correct the problem.
I do not wish to destroy Nestor Heron. I wish to leave his entire rotten line. His name will become a curse among strangers. The deeds of his house will be eclipsed by his ruin. Foes will hear his name and shudder with pity. And any relatives who should survive him will abandon their fortunes just to rid themselves of the association.
Don't do this.
It's already done. The essence is at work in her mind. What is any of this to you? Don't tell me you pity Heron. The girl was already his slave. Soon she'll be free of him, and the world will be a better place for it.
Effigy's eyes, do you realize what you've done? She was going to die anyway, at least.
You'll pay.
Even if Herod won't.
Oh no, Heron will, but... that wasn't the way to go about it. Let's see here. Shining Beacon. We want to finish the Temple Guard before going for a women to the south. Or go for the Mind Breaker.
That's for my friends.
Exceptional Morning Star. Women's Key. Atuk. Unique one-handed unique dagger. Accurate, exceptional, predatory. Which is hits converted to crits. Exceptional. Ooh. And women's notebook. Oh. Oh yeah, women deserve to die.
Alright then.
If anything, I was too light on him. If I'm understanding that correctly. Let's come out from the tower. Taxes. Earl collects 133.
I'll see what I can do.
One lockpick, whatever.
Hello? Hello?
Your leader is dead, but it can't hurt to kill more cultists. Okay.
This isn't working.
Swear to God. Yeah, Kana and Utumok are gonna eat that. That was a sloppy fight.
Your tail end. Let's end this. Your tail ends.
You know, that must actually be kind of intimidating to hear from a freaking bard. Your tail ends here.
I'm here. Stand together! Certainly.
That sucked. Wow.
Hey,
I'm on the trail.
List of names. Oh. Oh. Old dungeon key. I'm not reading anymore. Ever again in my life.
unusual.
Failed to disarm the trap. Jeez. Oh! Okay, after that last fight, I no longer have confidence. Rope and grappling hook.
I'll take a look.
You know what? Hey, Itumak. Since you're the only one who can't actually sustain injuries, I really should have expected that.
Following your lead.
Okay. Hey, Adair. Since you're the only one who has a decent amount of health,
Of course.
okay, it's just a paralysis trap. Okay. Petrify, sorry.
All right then.
Let's see what lies this way.
Were you intended to come in from out here? Yeah.
Leave it to me.
Fanatics are berserkers, so I probably should have actually focused them down. Like, that is the one thing I don't like about the weapon, too. It just makes it really inconvenient to actually attack.
All right then.
Hello? Hello?
Really? Ugh. Topaz, though. I mean, so that's good.
I shall be discreet.
Please have another camping supply in here. You have a perception hood. Oh, I missed a belt. Oh, no you don't. Hana has it on. Belt of the Driving Wave. Minor Spellbind, Knockdown. Let's go ahead and but why? Why can't you sort them well? Okay. Let's get our headwear fixed out. Fixed out. That is certainly a word. Phrase. It's neither of those things. Ironbound Grimoire had nothing interesting.
Hey.
Okay. So there's still that supposed downstairs segment.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh god. I like how he tried to charge in, but then just got barraged with projectiles. That was pretty good.
That's me you're hitting!
Quietly now.
The fangs. Money.
Hey,
I'll take a look.
Okay. Preacher. Go after the sentry. Oh crap, you are... Wow, you are in bad shape, Kana. Lots of stuff that's gonna turn into money.
of course.
And actual money, of course.
Hey,
I shall be quiet.
the work of a moment.
The work of a moment.
Of course.
Oh, it's where that drawbridge, well, that bridge used to be. Let's go ahead and save before going down there, because I have a feeling that's going to be a tough fight. Oh, that's to cross. Oh. I'm curious where the entrance from the village is going to take me, but you know what? Let's just get back there before worrying about that. Because holy crap do I need to use the inn. At least I cleared the Dyrford crossing, pretty much. Except for the dragon, but...
Perhaps a little rest is in order.
Don't bother the caddy, Tamak. You'd have better odds against Estelgar.
Right. Vicious war criminal, seeking employment. That is a huge hit to prestige, though. No, thank you. Let's go for the Artificer's Hole. Sorry, I had to give a friend advice. Because they're playing Persona 5, which is their first Megaten game, so they're learning. Well, I'm trying to help explain that while in Atlas games, stat buffs and debuffs are amazing, usually status ailments aren't, like confusion. Right, so first of all,
How do you do?
rooms. Make sure you close your window if you're on the side facing Triggle's shop. Okay. Dragon's Lair. 2 might, 2 constitution, 2 intellect. Wow, that is awesome. Wait, where's Harond?
Welcome.
Well, I guess first it's important to get the other cultist. Courier's Key. The key is stained by the dye in which you found it. Hi, Triggle. I have a letter about a secret temple. It's stained with dye and it's signed T. Know anything about it? I was wondering what had happened to my colleague. Thanks for finding that. You saved me a lot of trouble. You're not going to need that anymore. I'm curious where that puts us in the temple, though. Another final Journal of Jonas. Why do they have so many copies? Oh, a room I never actually went into. At this point, I'm really finishing the job, is all.
Leave it to me.
Ah, yes. Wood beetles. I knew they were behind the cult.
Leave it to me. La Varu. I'll see what I can do. The work of a moment.
Oh, that would have been helpful.
No help here.
Seems you can't speed combat up, which is annoying.
And what does the flame reveal?
Hmm. I just wasn't very thorough. Wow, this is a long episode. Let's see here. Return to Lord Herond at the Dracagen Inn. Ask the guard, resting upstairs. Oh, Nefri. The Orlin hovers by the window, peering out of it every few seconds. As you enter the room, she watches you carefully, her hand hovering over her stiletto. She cranes her head to peer behind you. Anyone follow you? Who sent you? Someone told me you were responsible for heinous killings in Defiance Bay. Let me guess. Was that someone named Medrith? She draws her stiletto. It's a lie, plain and simple. I got on the wrong side of his employers, and now he's after me. But if you're here to do his dirty work, I won't make it easy on you. I just want to hear your side of the story. What story? The Dominels came after me. I just happened to rob the wrong place. How was I supposed to know they'd already claimed it? She runs her hands under her hood and through her hair. It was an honest mistake. I'm just trying to survive now, and if you spoke with Medrith, you know where he's waiting. Please, help me get out of here. Go east. Medrith's waiting for you just west of the river. She nods slowly. All right, I'm trusting you. Don't have much choice. See if you can send him the other way. That should buy me some more time. She follows the hooded figures towards the stairs, giving a final uncertain glance as she passes through the door. We're gonna wind up fighting him. I already know it. Herond.
What are you doing?
An elven man paces in the corner of the room. Oh.
I've got to get her out of this wretched village.
I found Elise.
My daughter. Is she safe?
She's dead.
What happened?
You know exactly what I discovered.
I don't know what you're referring to, but I've heard enough already. Take this, and let's put this unpleasantness behind us.
My thoughts exactly. Your blow dispatches the old man more quickly than you'd like, but you're confident no one has heard you. You're also confident no one will ask too many questions when they find him dead. Eat your clothing. Ooh, another Amulet of Summer Solstice, which has Sunbeam and Burn Proof. Beer, money.
I'll see what I can do. The work of a moment. I'll see what I can do. The work of a moment. There you are. Of course.
Alright. Once I talk to the farmer and deal with the Dominel, I should be fine. Although, it is suspect that the Dominel didn't know me as an enemy of the Dominels. rumbled.
Hail, traveler.
Any sign of that ogre? Or its head? I convinced the monster to leave. You won't be seeing him again. He balls his hands into two shaking fists. His face starts to redden. But that's... Son of an Orlan whore! That thing devoured my entire herd! I wanted it dead, and I wanted to mount its head on a pike. The ogre is no longer your problem, and that's what matters. He takes another long, deep breath. You're right. Here. Take this for your troubles. I should look on the bright side. The ogre is gone, and I can start rebuilding my herd. He crosses his arms and looks at his piglets. In another 6 months, these will be grown and ready to breed. Although... He takes one of the pigs and gives it a quick examination. This runt's still looking too small. I wouldn't expect to get any good litters out of it, and I'd just as soon not have it weaken the rest of my stock. Why don't you take it? Gives me one less mouse to feed anyway. Did I just get a pig pet? Awesome.
Good day, stranger.
Found Nefer yet? I'm ready to get out of here. Yes, and I let her go. Leaving us with 38,000 copper. Damn. Is the head priest up here back, or is that not gonna happen for a while? Wait. What was the head priest's name here who was out? Oh, okay, Beadmar. Well, our adventure out into the Dyrford was not as extensive as I had expected, as it was only one town in one zone. However, I believe that's all we can really do for now. Except for continue the main story, finally. Because Durance is over time. Cabranos for the tablet, I'm not doing that yet. Master Blow, not doing that yet. Long Hunt, it's not the Gorge. Fragments of Scattered Faith, that's in an area I don't know how to get to yet. Cinders of Faith. Wait, no. Fragments of Scattered Faith. Yeah. Cinders of Faith I don't know how to get to either, and Dream or Memory is a party member I'm not even using yet. So, we're going to the Temple of Wotica next time. Finally. I'll end things off after I... Wait, no, it's a hireling that was at Cadnua. I spent time here for no reason. Oh well. I can restock on camping supplies, at least.
Last thing the Dyrwood needs is another foreign colony.
Okay. So next time on Pillars of Eternity, we're finally continuing the main story. See